On tonight's show, he is a columnist for the sports page on Times Union. So, Mr. Pete Iorizzo. So, Pete, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Alex. Thanks a lot for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So, Pete, let me ask you, what about the Schalmont Sabres basketball team? Because there's a lot of talk about them as Zach Odell from the Schalmont team got his 1,000th point last night. So, what do you think about Schalmont?
Yeah, I know Zach's a terrific player, so I guess I'm glad to hear that that students are excited about the team. What always amazes me about Schalmont, though, is just how great their athletic program is overall. You look at their soccer programs, the basketball programs, and obviously the football program. It's obviously has a very good athletic department from top to bottom.
Yeah, and then the baseball team won the state championship back in 2014, so they're going to come out.
How can I leave them out?
Yep. So they're going to come back this season too. So what do you think? Who do you think will win the Class B state championship for basketball this season?
It wouldn't be fair of me to even guess, just because I haven't seen enough of the teams from out of this area. But we always have a good representative in that class. I think Class B is one of the strongest classes in Section 2, and Schalmont's a big reason why, because they're often the Section 2 representative in so many different sports.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll move on to the NFL now. So who do you predict that will win the Super Bowl this Sunday? I predict the Panthers will win.
I would agree with your prediction. I think the Panthers are really good. I was actually surprised that the Broncos beat the Patriots last week. I think Denver's defense is exceptionally good, but I do think that Carolina's offense will present a lot more problems than New England did. I think the Patriots, by the time they got to the AFC Championship game, were pretty much one-dimensional. Because of all their injuries, didn't really have any running game to speak of. Had problems on the offensive line, and that's not good when you're playing a defense as good as Denver's. Obviously, Carolina's going to be a lot stronger offensively. I'm not sure if Denver can score enough to keep up with them.
And on the last interview here on Sports Fusion, I interviewed Doug Sherman and asked him what he thought if this is Peyton Manning's really last year, and what do you think?
Yeah, I think it probably will be. I think if he were able to win the Super Bowl, it'd be quite a story to be able to go out that way and end his career that way, especially when you think about the fact that just 2 months ago, everybody thought that he was pretty much finished and his career was over. And, if he were able to bounce back from that and win a Super Bowl just 2 months later, that would be pretty remarkable. It'd be a nice way to end his career.
Mm-hmm. And now I saw an article earlier today saying that the L.A. Rams are possibly looking at Peyton Manning as a possibility. Did you see that?
Boy, I don't know. I guess if you're starting in a new city and you want to bring some excitement to that city right away and make it splash, that's one way to do it. By bringing in one of the all-time great quarterbacks. But I'm just not sure what. The thing is, at this point, you're not getting the Peyton Manning that we remember. It's obvious that age has caught up with him, and his skills are diminished. So I guess I'd be a little bit surprised if there's another NFL team that wanted to try this again with him next year. But maybe because of the reasons I just said, maybe that's the right situation because they are trying to make a splash in a new city.
Okay, like I mentioned earlier on this show, you are a newspaper writer for the Times Union. So what is it like writing all the fun articles at the Times Union, and what's the best part of your job there?
Well, certainly it's a lot of fun, and it beats a lot of other ways to make a living. That's for sure. I'm very lucky in that I get to go to a job that I enjoy every day, and probably the best part is I'm extremely grateful and feel very lucky for all the great sports events I've been able to see firsthand through the years. That goes from some great local events, state championships and at high school games, or great college events like our local Division I basketball teams going to the NCAA tournament, and some national events too, like the Major League Baseball playoffs and the Super Bowl a few years back. So I'm very lucky to be able to do what I do.
Okay, we are about to wrap up this show. So where can the fans find you on Twitter and Facebook or wherever you are and read those articles for the Times Union?
Sure, they can find all my stories on the Times Union at timesunion.com/Pete Iorizzo, and my Twitter handle is @Pete Iorizzo. My last name is spelled Iorizzo.
Okay. Okay, Pete. Thank you for coming on this Sports Fusion episode.
Thanks very much, Alex. I appreciate you having me.
Mm-hmm.